Hey everyone, how y'all doing tonight? I'm just gonna wait, give it a minute or so, and make sure that you guys can see me, hear me, all the good stuff, that I'm not up here talking to myself. The lag is unbelievably long. Listen, okay, it looks like I'm up. And oh, thanks. Thanks, Southern Tier and Billy. Thank you guys. And Hudson. All right, let me just say hello to everybody. Hey, Pilgrim. Katrinka, yep, live chat, everybody. Make sure you don't miss any comments. Hey, Mary. Well, yeah, I wouldn't be able to live up to my name if I didn't always have the coffee going. Nice. Oh, that's awesome. You're going to have to let me know how it is. Hello, Kev. Southern Tier. Billy. Hudson Valley. Those are good videos you put out today. Interesting. If I miss you, totally not on purpose. Hey, little lone pepper. Hey, Dusty, great to see you. Hey, CUC. Sherry, Rural 2, I see. Hey, Teresa. Listening from the basketball court. How are you shopping on a basketball court? You're very welcome. Hey, Pilgrim. Too late for coffee. I can understand that. I can drink a pot and a half of coffee and go right to sleep. I got you. I'm 90% sure I got you. But if I didn't, hey, Rural 2, I see. Hey, Grit and Grace. You can't hear me? Is it me or is it? I hope it's not me. I think I got everybody. Thank you, Billy. Thanks, Hudson. So, okay. So I figured tonight we could talk about recognizing anxiety in other people. I mean, I tend to recognize it because, I mean, I lived through it. So I'm pretty good at picking people out. And because a lot of people still don't like to talk about it. And I totally get that. I didn't say anything for like so many years. And then I realized that hiding that was actually worse than talking to people. So, I tend to recognize the signs in other people. So I have a friend. We don't talk that often, but I still consider her a good friend. We actually started on the same day at the county where I work, like 16 years ago. And she's a wonderful person. She is awesome. But one day she started, not coming into work, calling out all the time. Like she would be out of a 3 month period, she would be out like two and a half of those months, just constantly calling in sick. So, I started talking to her and I started listening to the things that she was saying. And she was, I'm sick. I think I have narcolepsy. She's younger than me. And of course, this was 16 years ago. So, we were both, she was, in her maybe mid 30s at the point. She's like, I think I have narcolepsy. I got to get tested for that. And when that came back negative, she's like, oh, I think I got sick from being too close to the garbage can. Things that you're like, okay, something's going on. Like that's, most people don't, and they were always excuses like that because once you couldn't say like, well, I don't feel good, I have a cold. You can't that can't go on for more than like a couple of days. You can't go 3 months like that. So I started telling her, I'm like, listen, do yourself a favor. I said, I said, get yourself checked out. Absolutely. I said, if you think that, and I understood the whole narcolepsy thing because when you have anxiety, most people get very tired. It's a horrible, horrible fatigue. And it's usually because your brain just doesn't want to think anymore because you're such an overthinker that you just want to sleep because you want your brain to shut off. So I think that's where the whole narcolepsy comes in. But anyway, I said, you have anxiety. I said, you are suffering really bad from anxiety, and that's what's going on with you. And she's like, no, I'm sick. I'm sick. I'm sick. And it's, you know what? The hypochondriac, not exactly. Not necessarily like that because I was the same way, but a hypochondriac wants to be sick. Whereas I went to the doctor because I wanted them to tell me I was okay. Once I went to the doctor and they told me I was okay, my stress would get relieved. I wasn't looking for another diagnose. Hey, Maria. I wasn't looking for a sick diagnose. I was looking for a healthy diagnose. And I think she was too. So I don't think she was actually a hypochondriac. That my mother, on the other hand, was a hypochondriac. So I know all about them too. But because when there's certain, I mean, not everybody gets the same symptoms, so don't get me wrong. But she just happened to have the same ones I did, which is why I saw it so quickly. And it's, you don't feel good, you can't go out, so you make up the whole I must be sick, and that's kind of how your brain copes. Like, well, I'm sick, so I'm not crazy, because if I'm not sick, I must be crazy, and most people don't want to, deal with that. So your brain actually turns it into feeling sick. So if you so once she did that and she got all the tests done and everything, then she finally was like, holy crap, I have really bad anxiety. I, but I think on the flip side is I did get her into therapy a little bit quicker. So I don't, but it's really hard to hear that. And it's not something that you're really open to when you're going through that because it's not something that everybody talks about anymore, which is partly why I made this channel so, people can come and talk about it. And it's not a taboo subject because it's nothing to be embarrassed about. Anxiety is just part of life. And some people feel it, more than others. And the quicker you can, diagnose yourself or have somebody diagnose you for you, depending on what you need, the faster you can get help. I mean, some people don't need to go to therapy for help. They can go, oh crap, I have anxiety, and they can cure themselves, which is awesome. Unfortunately, I was not one of them. But so now she still has issues. She's so much better now. I mean, this was quite a few years ago. Hey, Mad Chad. She's so much better now, but we have another mutual friend. So, in the county, a lot of people move offices all the time. So she had moved out of the office and worked with this other woman. This other woman ended up coming into our office where I had worked. And now I work in the office where she used to work. So people are always moving offices. So the three of us try to get together. But I usually end up only going out with the one girl because the one that I had started with, the one that I've been talking about, I think she still has issues. So she still has a hard time going out and doing certain things. So my other friend gets kind of like angry. They're like, oh yeah, well, because you know she bailed on us last time, which was, hey shorty, which was, and I keep telling her, I'm like, you can't be mad. She's like, oh, it's just her, you know, she's just got issues. I'm like, but she does. She has really bad anxiety, and since this other friend never experienced this, she doesn't understand it. She's just like she's always blowing us off. She never has time for us anymore. It's not that. It's she has this anxiety where it can be crippling. So while she can live mostly a normal life, she now goes to work. She has no problems there anymore. But sometimes just going out and having to do things on your own with somebody with anxiety can still get to you. So if you have a friend who bails on you all the time, and not somebody who you're like, this person bailed on me because and you kind of can tell the difference. The people who don't want to make time for you versus the people who are bailing on you kind of like last minute, but you kind of know that they want to be there. So, and I know I can be like that. I have one friend who I've known since I was 9 years old, but she lives a little over an hour from me now. So when we get together, we try to meet in the middle, which is fair. But sometimes I get anxiety about meeting her because it's half an hour to a 45-minute drive depending on traffic, and sometimes I just can't handle the anxiety, and I feel terrible. And it's not that I don't want to see her. I absolutely do. I'm usually the one who is like, hey, let's get together. And she's like, yeah, when do you want to do it? But I think she kind of, probably about 50% of the time, I end up canceling on her. And I feel terrible. But again, she is somebody else who never experienced anxiety, so she doesn't understand it. But then there's also another big thing in people is if you're talking to them and they kind of seem to zone out a lot of times. So they miss what you say, they kind of get a vacant look on their face, they start fidgeting, and that you think that you just, they're not paying attention to you. A lot of times they're going into their own head and they're trying to pay attention. So it can almost be like an ADHD type of thing, but it stems from anxiety. So they're thinking about eight other things that their brain just can't control, and then they'll start fidgeting, and then they'll ask you to repeat it, or they just won't hear you at all. Hey, Frank Short. So those are the two big yeah, those are the two big things that I feel like is very recognizable for other people. So if you have one of those friends, try not to get angry at them. Try not to be if you well, yeah, I think your wife might have a problem with that, but you know uh but try to give them the benefit of the doubt. I had another friend who I had met recently, and we only kind of went out as a group. Hey, Rocksteady. So and I noticed, and she wasn't the person I brought in, somebody else had brought her in, and she canceled a lot too. And I looked, and I asked my friend, I said, she's got anxiety, doesn't she? And she's like, yeah, I think she does. So I ended up calling her and talking to her about it. And she's like, how did you know that? I'm like, because I see it in me. I have I recognize it. I've been there. In a box and won't leave. Yeah, sometimes it's really difficult to leave. Is that person getting any help whatsoever? Yeah, you know what? If it's a trauma caused thing, it's a little different. That is well beyond my uh, understanding. Mine was not caused by trauma. Mine is just caused by something snapping in my own brain. It's anxiety caused by trauma is different, and they treat it differently. But I don't know how they do that. So, uh, that's sad. You know what? I mean, you can maybe let them know that they do phone sessions most of the time, and there are places. I don't know if there's one by you, but I used to go to a. Yeah, no, that's terrible. That's not what I meant at all. There's a place. It's and I don't know if it's by you. I'm just assuming this friend is by you somewhere in New York. It was called Tear Up New York, and they only dealt with anxiety. They dealt with nothing else, and I had the most wonderful uh, social worker or therapist or whatever they called. I mean, I think she was just a licensed therapist, not a psychiatrist. Hey, Joy. And it's a horrible name. It stood for Territorial Apprehension, which is where TERAP came from, and why. And they were awesome. And they didn't deal with depression or anything else. They strictly dealt with anxiety. And it was the best therapist that I had ever had because this woman had gone through it already. She was agoraphobic in her 20s, so she totally understood it. And she was wonderful. They do phone sessions though, because a lot of people with anxiety can't leave their house. So maybe pass that along to your friend and see if they have one near you. If not, a lot of places do phone sessions. Yeah, you know what? It's hard, and like I've always said, I had a friend growing up, a really good friend. He was like one of my best friends, and he suffered from anxiety, and I couldn't understand it at all. He was a friend in high school, and he had it, and I was like, What are you even talking about?" He'd be like, I can't today. The anxiety is high." I'm like, "Calm down, forget about it. Let's go." And he's like, "I can't." I'm like, I don't understand. So I've been on the other side of that, and it's really difficult for people to understand. Another reason that I try to, put it out there. Hey, KP. So that other people realize, that some people are just going through stuff and it has nothing to do with them. And sometimes people are calling out for help. I'm going to go back and check all the comments because I've been neglecting the comments. Okay. I think I'm close to the top. Yeah, I think he put out like 4 today, if I'm correct. Yeah, I went too far. Sorry, I'm trying to read fast. I definitely went way too far. Yeah, that is 100% true. Check on your people. It's sometimes people just need one little lifeline to grab onto some sort of hope. And you never know what that, one phone call or one visit or one kind word might be to somebody who's at their lowest point. Anxiety, it can be really, really crippling, and it can lead to so many other things. Like I said, I was diagnosed with depression also back then. And I'm like, of course I'm depressed. I'm afraid to leave my house. I said, please just let's fix the anxiety. Let's not even worry about the depression. Oh, good. I'm glad you can hear me, Katrinka. They really do. It's one of the worst things for your body. It really is. So if you can figure out a way to de-stress. On the flip side, why they couldn't find out why I was passing out, they tried to label it as anxiety. Eventually, we found out it was. Oh wow. Yeah, anxiety doesn't normally make you pass out. I mean, yes, you can hyperventilate, but really, that's you usually know that that's coming. You start to get blackouts and stuff from hyperventilating. I mean, it's not really a common thing to pass out from anxiety, as far as I know. Don't quote me on that. No, 100% not. It just means that you have more than you can handle. That's why never be afraid to ask for help. I have anxiety, but talking to the people has helped me a lot. That's awesome. I always say, at least for me, it takes away its power. The more you talk about it, the more it takes away its power. Invisible illness is hard for people to understand. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. 100%. Anything that people can't see, they don't understand if they haven't been through it. Yeah, absolutely. I pray for you all every night. Something you could do is offer to pick them up and ride together if that's practical. Actually, that's a really, really great idea. Some people can't drive, and giving them a ride somewhere, especially if it's going to get them some help, is awesome. I don't know how close, a friend you may be to this person or whatever, but, offering to stay there while they, go talk to somebody if possible. I mean, not everybody can just kind of, pick up and take that kind of time for somebody. But if possible, yeah, that's a great idea. When people, yeah, absolutely. When people understand, it's so much easier to talk about things. When people are looking at you like you're crazy, if people are looking at you like you're crazy, you're just not speaking to the right people. That means you got to find different people. That's all it means. Did I see this one? Yes. I've been pushing them to get help before, and it completely crushes them. Yeah, I understand that feeling too. But yeah, if it maybe offer tell them they do phone appointments, and maybe just kind of if you have a phone number or something, if you find one, just leave the phone number there for them, or text it to them or however it is, you can get it to them and be like, just just information for you, leaving it here. Do with it as you will. Maybe that might help if you've tried other options. After getting rear-ended, it was very scary about you. People pull out in front of me, and I'm scared. It's yeah. Oh, anxiety after an accident. Oh, that's no joke. It's hard to get back in the car after that. I was actually back. I was in 3 accidents in 4 days. Back then, though, it didn't seem to bother me. It didn't bring out my I don't think it brought out my anxiety. Maybe it did, who knows. But I had these horrible dreams, and then getting back in the car after that was It was a little messed up, but then I had another really bad accident. The guy like totally blew a light and ripped my whole front end off, and that was pretty much it for me. I can imagine. Yeah, Southern Tier. That was talk about traumatic experience. Do you talk about this with people? Um, just in general, even if it's just your husband or a trusted friend. It doesn't even necessarily have to be somebody professional, but you should definitely talk about it. And if it's bothering you, talk to somebody who can help you work through those types of feelings. Oh, are you still going through it, Katrinka? I'm sorry. Yeah, I can imagine. I can totally see that. They renamed chronic fatigue. I can't even pronounce those names. With the what? Why do they keep renaming things? What was wrong with the first names? I go through every step of my mind, the things over and over. I exhaust out. Yes, exactly. That's something I do too. It's exhausting, 100%. And then I wonder why I'm so tired all the time. Hey, roaming prepper, how you doing? Yes, I'm facing going to work alone, driving in the dark now, and I can't deal with headlights. Um, how far away is it, Joy? They have glasses to help you deal with headlights. So that might be an option for you. Um, if you are not too far, try to stick to back roads. This way you can go at your own pace. You don't have cars coming in back of you, even if it's like a little bit of a longer of a drive. I mean, don't go too far out of your way if you don't want to. But when are you starting? It's just about stopped. Turn around. Oh, wow. Hey, Moonsprout. Hey, Casey. Nah, you're right on time. It's all good. There you go. Yellow tinted night glasses. I've not tried the yellow ones. They put something on my prescription glasses that helps with the glare. Yeah. It's funny. I love changing the clock. I love the sudden burst of light that we get at the end of the day. And I love the hour that we get on the weekend at fall. And I feel like each one of them kind of sets you up for the season. Like it's nighttime now. It's springtime, and everything is beautiful and colorful again. And the other way is it sets up for Thanksgiving and Christmas. But I hate the weekend it falls on. Well, this time, and I get screwed up. I was up from 2 to 4:30 last night. I don't know why. I don't normally do that. It's a rare occasion when that happens to me, but I couldn't sleep last night. And then, I get up at 5:30, my alarm goes off, and I'm like, "Oh man, that was a rude awakening this morning." passing out with coke wearing. Does it work for you? Yeah. And the sooner you do it, the better you're better off you are. The more time you let it sit and fester, the worse it gets. I wondered if they work. I have panic attacks and I forget how to drive at the first high beam. Yeah, I stay. If I have to drive at night, I stay off the main roads. Try to take back roads. I don't go too far in the dark. I have a problem seeing on top of that at late at night. The summer is not so bad. I don't know. It's something different about the light, I guess. I missed anybody's comment. Totally, totally accidental. Mr. Coffee's doing awesome. Yes. Oh, usually I keep up a banner for this. I forgot to put it on. I wonder if I could still do it. Let's see. There we go. Absolutely. Thank you, Mike. Where'd I go? I just lost. There we go. Is definitely a real thing after accidents. It's our ancient instinct to avoid repeat dangers coming forward. Huh, that's interesting. Yeah, but they treat PSTD anxiety differently than regular anxiety. As I said, I haven't had that type of therapy. I just know that they do it differently. You know what? Try singing past that spot. Try keeping your mind distracted with songs or, um, or talking to somebody in the phone, on the phone. I'm not saying, get on your, you know, hands free only. Hey, Virginia Bushcrafter, how you doing? My whole life growing up, not for everyone. But micro micro dosing. I I'm not sure what that is. Is that supposed to say dosing, or is that the actual word that you are? Is that like an actual thing? Because I've never heard of it. Therapy in a nutshell. Oh, I never heard of that one. I'll have to check them out. Crash my only car in 1990 while on a kind of cough syrup. Never tried to get my own car since then. Oh wow. What did the cough syrup do to you? That's terrible. People don't understand the kind of fatigue that comes along with it. It's way beyond tired. Yeah, it's a mental exhaustion that where you, which is why I said as soon as my girlfriend had said she thought she had narcolepsy, I knew instantly that that's what she was having anxiety. Yes, they are. I travel about 4 miles. I have the yellow glasses. I will use them tomorrow. Okay, that's not bad. Can if you can stick to back roads where you're not having as many lights coming at you, uh, make sure you keep your favorite music in the car, and try to sing. Keep your mind distracted. Just slow and steady. Try not to think about. Try not to think about it. Um, if you can, if you talk through your hands free, maybe talk to Daryl back and forth, and just make sure you're breathing. Singing will help you breathe. I'm not sure what I said, but I'm so glad you agree. That's because I'm all messed up with chat. I don't know where I am. Full moon. Are you trying to tell me I'm crazy and the full moon's affected me? I'm so confused. Oh yeah, it's supposed to be a blood moon on Thursday, right? I think we're supposed to see it here between like 1 and 2 in the morning. All right, Kevin. I'm just gonna yell at you for saying iced coffee. Oop, accidentally, that was not my fault. I was chopped and chopped in the person. I suppose I heard the screech about the package. Yeah, any kind of accident. You can have a fender bender and it can be a very traumatic. It just takes the right jolt to you and it can be, people think that, oh, it was, a minor accident and you shouldn't be affected by it. That's not true. Some people get very affected by very minor accidents. My sisters thought that. What did I miss? Became autoimmune and the other one has autoimmune daughter. What did I miss? Oh yeah, okay. They think we're lazy. Yeah, no, it's a real exhaustion, and it's real. It's 100% real. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not sure what that. I know. I mean, I kind of know what they are, and I know it kind of affects your vision, but I don't know that much about them. Oh, cool. You gonna take pictures of that? What do you know about the fake sun? I don't know anything about the fake sun. I'm not sure what you're talking about. Hey, TT1. Hey, Scott. Hey, Huga. How you doing? Yes, it does. 100%. It's usually tied to a specific event or chain of events versus other types that are right. Exactly. And whereas with PTSD, they treat they treat the traumatic experience And then that usually helps them the rest of the way, I believe. Lurkers' lives matter too. There you go. See, and I can only have coffee. I can't have the other because it gives me anxiety. It gives me terrible anxiety. Oof. I'm like full of electricity because I get static. I touch my hair at work and it flies. Uh, it does one of these, and I have to like try to calm it down with water. Hey, Hunter. If you need help, contact me. I'll talk to you. Feel better. There you go. Kevin is a great listener. Trying not to get anxious right now. Do you have something going on? Maybe we can help you work through it. Dosing. Okay. Microdosing mushrooms. I don't know anything about mushrooms. I wouldn't know how to do that. I'm assuming that's a type of mushroom. Take care, roaming. Thanks for coming in. Really? Awesome. I'll have to check it out. Magic mushrooms? Okay. Like tripping mushrooms? So the only magic mushrooms I know of. Hey, Canadian. Depression makes one desire to hide in bed. The routine must be changed by choice. Trudge ahead. There you go. Absolutely. Aw. What do you mean a coach? I don't know what that means. You're sweet, Katrinka. Thank you. I'm not repeating that one. Each one attributes his progress to psych. Oh, really? Has helped me quit nicotine, alcohol. I have more patience. I'm a better wife, mother, and first because of it. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome that you found something that works. That's awesome. Still waiting for my eggs, Hunter. Much love to you too, Joy. Be careful. If you need me, email me, seriously. It's great. You drove around. Oh, I don't know who you're talking to. Oh, Hunter, I'm assuming. Yeah, you disturbed it. Totally. I heard you. Absolutely. Um, that is, I do that all summer long. As a matter of fact, I hate shoes. If for as, for as many shoes as I own, I don't like shoes. In the summer, I don't. We put nothing on our lawn. I won't do any kind of chemicals on our lawn whatsoever, so I can walk barefoot on there. I don't. I don't like shoes if I can help it. But yeah, that's awesome to do. Oh, I'm so glad you got to see him. That's awesome. Um, I am not in my calf muscle, mate. You hurt like a. Aw. Well, I hope you're feeling better now. I have new used mobile home. I can't find the water heater. I have no hot water, and as silly as it sounds, I can't seem to find it. I wouldn't be able to find it either, so it doesn't sound silly to me. I am just, I'm not wired that way. Uh, you know what? Take a deep breath and try to put everything in perspective and see if maybe you can call somebody and find out where it is, or maybe have a neighbor and ask them where it might be, or look under the counters. Yeah, yeah, I could understand that. Is it like a acupuncture thing? Yeah, maybe under the sink. Okay, is your email on your channel or in a closet behind a panel? I took what's not there, but I found a good hiding spot. Well, there you go. Bonus. Oh, you're sweet. I'm not really sure what a coach is. Like a life coach? Yeah, to everybody but me. Thanks, Mike. Closets behind the wall. And what is it by taking a small panel off the outside kitchen wall? Okay. All right, now you're just rubbing it in, Hunter. Oh, I'm so glad to see you, CV. That's the reason I'm doing it. If I feel like I'm not helping anybody anymore, then that's when I won't be doing this anymore. My cover is half covered on the end of my kitchen island. It's an on-demand unit. Okay, maybe that'll help you. You can. Aw, you're awesome, Kev. Oh, I was wondering, you know what? I looked for you before I went live, and you were not up yet. That was like, it's a little too late for me. I'm sleeping by 9. But I'll stop in and hit the like button. That's true. Also true. 7 home won't be. Oh, okay. Fair enough. You mean you can't do your lives while you're driving? I've seen other people do that. I'm feeling like you should be able to do that too. Bathroom, closet behind a panel, or an outside access door. Hey, Belt Loop. Oh, there you go. It was like meant to be. Welcome back. Look at that days we give them away as well. But I'm guessing you're not in New York. Hey, Nostradamus. I could say that. They can't stop me. You can't type your name, but I can say it. He had to type it, he had to change his name because anytime anybody was saying hello to him, YouTube would block it. I think I'm at the end. All right. So, if you guys have nothing else, you know me then. If you know me, then you know the last part of my name because it fits. All right, so I think I'm going to end this unless somebody else has anything else they want to talk about. Hopefully, you found your panel huga or your water heater. You know, they probably would have stopped that one too. All right, so anybody, as always, if anybody needs anything, please let me know, and I will. And you can email me. We can chat. You know, anybody and anybody needs. Wait a second. 98. Is it 988 or 811? Do I have the wrong banner up? No, it's 988, right? Yeah. All of a sudden, I am. 811 is a dig thing. It's 988. Okay. Thank you, Mike. All right. Y'all have a really great night, and I'm sure I'll see y'all soon. Don't forget, Devil Dog is going on at 9 o'clock, and go check him out. If you don't, right? That's right. I think that's what I'm getting at. That was a dig thing. Yeah. Until 9 days. Teresa, nobody needs to hear me talk for 2 hours. Y'all have a great night.